and make the smart switch today. Fairer, where quality meets savvy. Fairer, better cooking.
Hey, don't you hate it when your cake or icing just doesn't come out right?
Oh, all the time. It's so frustrating.
Well, have you tried Wooden Spoon? It's a margarine specifically made for baking, and it creates perfect icing as well, every time.
Really? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, not only that, it's by the South African Cake Decorators Guild. And you know what else? When I use Wooden Spoon, it makes me feel like I'm baking with the pros.
This cake is amazing. What's the secret ingredient?
Wooden Spoon margarine, my friend. It's the magic to perfect baking every time.
The Afternoon Jam, brought to you by Farah, better cooking, and courtesy of World of Travel.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is the Afternoon Jam. We're coming to you live on 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 in Pietermaritzburg. Let's talk. Let's get connected on 060 904 1056. Lots of people know the number off by heart. How are you doing, Kelly? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All good, all good. Started off as a very busy Tuesday morning, but unfortunately, the business hasn't stopped.
Is it just me, or are you looking a little older?
No, it's
Just me.
definitely
me.
just you.
You know that it was Ravi's birthday yesterday?
Oh no, you're serious?
I'm serious.
OMG, I need to text him right now.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, one day after Kelly. Kelly was
Yeah.
Sunday, you Monday. Okay, I didn't even know that. And who was it that reminded me?
Who would remind you?
Bibi Amina.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so I don't know how old he is, but yeah, I guess a little older. What's happening on the show today? Well, we're asking you, what is your opinion about a second wife? Would you, as a man, want to take on a second wife? Would you, as a woman, allow your husband to take on a second wife? And as a man, do you think you're built for multiple wives? Now, you can share your opinions. You can be anonymous. And we'd love to hear from you and your thoughts. That'll be later on, not right now. We'll also be speaking to Samuel Kennedy, our political analyst, about the 3 ballots for tomorrow. That's election day. You can talk to us on 060 904 1056. And this and a whole lot more happening on the Afternoon Jam. The show is brought to you by World of Travel and also Farah for better cooking. Maghrib today is at 8 minutes after 5 o'clock. And Isha today is at 6:29. Now, every year on the 28th of May, World Hunger Day serves as a catalyst for international action to end hunger. This is a problem that impacts almost every country. Now, this day highlights the urgent need for long-term solutions to the global problems of hunger and malnutrition, and also calls attention to the different causes of food insecurity, which strongly includes poverty. And that's obviously one of the main reasons why people have a lack of food. And then sometimes there's conflict in situations in certain countries, and also because of climate change as well. One wouldn't think of that being a reason why people have a lack of food. But yes, climate change.
Yes, it is, especially if you are into farming or you probably even have a hobby in gardening. You will realize how much of an influence the climate has on crops and plants and farming and the likes.
Yeah, so the objective of this day is to coordinate efforts to address these problems via community empowerment and maybe improved agricultural techniques, and also education, which is very important, to educate the people that this is what we should be doing in certain situations and what we shouldn't be doing in order to have a successful growth of crops. Now, this day also provides a chance to draw attention to the unpleasant truth that many people still struggle with food scarcity and inadequate nutrition. And this can have a very serious negative impact on their health. It emphasizes how vital a healthy diet is, particularly for populations living in poverty and also vulnerable groups like women and children, but also for men as well.
Absolutely. Speaking about vulnerable situations and people living in poverty, remember the people of Palestine in your du'as. Horrific images are coming forward from, the Rafah border, and it's so heartbreaking, subhanAllah, what we are witnessing. Israel needs to stop. It needs to stop, and it needs to be stopped by any means necessary. This is no longer going to be a situation where we can just tolerate and watch back.
Yes, so remember our brothers and sisters and children in our du'as. That's what we should be doing. It's 4:47. This is the Afternoon Jam. You are on Radio Al Ansar.
يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد. محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين. محمد رحمة للعالمين، محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد.
The Afternoon Jam, sponsored by World of Travel and courtesy of Farah Better Cooking.
Plan your dream holiday with the specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 8877 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
Education, health, dignity, empowerment. These wishes all begin with water. Africa Muslims Agency is committed to providing clean water to the thousands who still live without this basic human right. Support us in giving the best of charities. Provide a water well for 16,500 Rand or a borehole for 55,000 Rand in Afghanistan or 65,000 Rand in Africa. Gain Thawabi Jariyah and help communities to reach their full potential. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
The Outreach Slice of Life campaign. Since its inception, our Slice of Life has touched the lives of countless individuals through our distribution to schools, old age homes, orphanages, and deserving families within our community. This initiative has been instrumental in alleviating hunger. For only 9 Rand a loaf, you will be providing a family with their daily staple, bread. Donate now on www.alansar.org.za or call Outreach on 031 208 1601.
Discover our new range of exotic perfumes, ouds and bukhur, straight from Dubai, now available at Wonder Dates. We stock a wide selection of Nabil and Chris Adams fragrances, perfect for your unique lifestyle. But that's not all. We also cater to your Islamic lifestyle needs with prayer mats, tasbeehs, dua stickers, bukhur burners and mizwaks. Looking for herbal capsules and essential oils? Look no further. Experience the beauty of Wonder Dates. Shop now and elevate your senses.
The Afternoon Jam, sponsored by World of Travel and courtesy of Farah Better Cooking.
So how about this? I see a tweet where a guy says Nike clothes, some of it made in Pakistan, they get exported to the UK. Then the Pakistanis there in the UK buy those clothes and take it back to Pakistan as gifts.
Okay, how does that work? Because it seems like a lot of administration when the people that are in the UK could just place the order in Pakistan where it's manufactured to the people that they want to gift it to in Pakistan.
And just leave it there.
And just leave it there.
It'll be so much cheaper.
Yes, and it will be so much simpler.
Yes, they're spending money unnecessarily, man. But that's the whole thing, I guess, with so many things. A certain thing manufactured like here, so many things that we have here, send it over somewhere else. It's so much more expensive. Like I was once somewhere, I forgot where it was. And the guy there was telling me, these are special bananas.
Where are they from? Why
From
are they
South
special?
Africa. These are South African bananas. And
He
you look
didn't know that you're from South Africa.
No, and it was breakfast time. And I tell you, the size of the banana was like, you haven't seen a banana this large.
Is it?
Massive, big, the size of my arm.
Whoa.
And not one black spot. It was absolutely yellow. Yellow with a big banana. And the way he was making it seem, this is special. I'm like, I come from South Africa. I've never seen a banana like this there.
That's the case. It's not often that you see these exclusive fruits or pieces of clothing that are imported into other countries. So maybe that's why they are special when they're outside of the country.
And they give it so much of importance. But now tomorrow is voting day. Make the right choice. Lots of voting stations will be open. We'll also be crossing over to our political analyst, Samuel Kennedy. He'll be telling us about 3 ballots. Like often people wonder why you have to vote at 3 different places. And what's the whole point of that? If you're voting for a certain person or party, why don't you just vote for them once and done? Well, he'll unpack that after Maghrib, inshallah. Now, to accommodate voters who need to pick up their IDs or obtain temporary ones, the Department of Home Affairs is staying open longer. Its offices are open today and till 7 o'clock today and until 9 o'clock tomorrow.
So I think that for today, they will open up until 7 p.m. And for tomorrow, Wednesday, because they know it will be open until 9 p.m.
So no public holiday for them.
Seems like it.
So long lines are being seen at many Home Affairs offices, and voting will only be conducted with valid identification, passports, and driver's licenses will not be accepted. So you have to have a valid ID, because if you're having a passport with you or you have a driver's license with you, this will not be accepted. And because of this, the Department of Home Affairs is staying open longer. That is today until 7 o'clock and tomorrow until 9 o'clock.
So do practice your right to go for it. Do vote and make sure that you pray before voting. At this point, I really don't know what will bring about the great change that we are all seeking for. I think we just have to trust and believe that goodness still exists in the people or the leaders of South Africa. And inshallah, by the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will get to end up in a good place.
I mean, I remember, in 2021, 22, it was like 2024 is coming. And it was like the narrative was that like there's going to be some big change and things will get better. And things will change for the better.
Yeah.
So now let's see. It's 2024, and let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. But go ahead, vote tomorrow, and do make the right choice.
Exactly.
Though one might argue, what is the right choice? Who is the right choice?
That's the question. Because when you hear each person speaking, you feel like they're the right choice.
They're the right person, yeah.
Yeah, and these people say, no, we will do this and we will come to action. And other people say, no, give us 6 months and we will do this. And everybody has been saying different things. And now you're like, who is the right person to vote for?
Just say Bismillah and go for it.
So
I don't think that applies with elections.
So are you saying like Bismillah, close your eyes and just say, okay.
Tick wherever it goes.
Like, see how I voted? Oh, okay. The afternoon jam. I didn't even know they're on this ballot. Okay.
Oh, man, it was supposed to be a surprise. And then you find us there tomorrow.
Yeah. So what do you do? I don't know. So lots of things we don't know. Like, compared to cold water, hot water freezes more quickly. Who would have known that?
That's mind-boggling.
Imagine that. You think, okay, let the water cool down first.
Yeah.
And then it'll start freezing. But no, it's not the case. You put in a glass of cold water into the freezer, a glass of hot water into the freezer, the hot water will freeze quicker.
Shocking.
And there's a name for this.
Yeah. What's the name for it?
It's called the Mpemba effect.
Mpemba effect.
I don't know how they got the name Mpemba effect for hot water to be to freeze quicker than cold water. Who came? Maybe it was the guy's name, Sipho Mpemba.
I don't know if there was a scientist that discovered that by that name, but you never know. We learn every day.
Yeah, and they don't. But imagine experts as well. Till now, they are unsure how this happens, because logic will tell you no. The cold
water would freeze faster.
Yes, yeah. That'll be logic. And how this happens, you can try this experiment at home. Take a glass of hot water and a glass of cold water, put them both in the fridge, see which one freezes quicker. And then you know what it's called, and that's how you can start a conversation.
And then you can come and tell us, on the afternoon jam.
Yeah, but
how quick it actually turned into an ice.
Because you meet up somebody and you tell them, do you know what's the Mpemba effect? They're going to have no idea.
They'll look at you so crazy.
Hey, come on, I tell you what's the Mpemba effect.
I've experimented. I've tried it.
And you can say, I'm a part-time scientist.
I do this, sometimes.
It's my side hustle. Yeah, I do scientific stuff on the side there. Yeah,
scientific experiments on the side.
That's what it is. It's 5:00. It is time for news. After news will be Maghrib Azan, and we will talk to you after that. Today, we're asking you what's your opinion on a second wife. Would you allow your husband to take another wife? As a man, you think we built for many wives. Would you like to have a second wife? Yes, no. All your questions, all your answers. Let's hear about it later on. Stay with us here on the Afternoon Jam.
Radio Ansar. An informative Islamic global perspective. This is Al Ansar News.
Making news this hour. The 28th of May, the news from Durban 90.4 FM, Peter Maritzburg 105.6 FM. Police in KwaZulu-Natal ensures safety in tomorrow's elections. Mary Kimolina, Police Commissioner in KwaZulu-Natal, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, says there are security preparations for tomorrow's elections. Mkhwanazi is elaborating.
From the head office, they are about 700. Currently, we have over 1,000 public order police unit members in this province. There was an addition that was deployed. I'm sure you might have seen yesterday. The National Commissioner paraded them. and deploy them to come and join us. I think the total of those that are going to come from the head office, they are about 700 or so. But not only 700, we can also count the members that already been deployed in KZN in order to help us to deal with illegal mining, in order to help us to deal with the crime in the Mango's area, the vehicle crime. All those members that were deployed for that purpose during this period, they're going to join their fellow colleagues in terms of the IEC election operation.
Still, General Mkwanazi says they anticipate disruptions to election process, which may stem from service delivery.
Yeah, well, we expect people to exercise their rights. So if people want to protest, they will protest. It's something we expect. We've been dealing with it almost every day in this province. What we request is from politicians that are involved in this time of the year, that they really talk to their constituencies and they speak to their members and tell them to focus on politics and leave the security things to security, not want to take the law into their own hands, because that can just make situation worse. So we expect that we are going to find people protesting. People still live in some places without water. So if they want to exercise their rights in terms of protest on that, they will. But they must just do it within the ambit of the law.
Still with preparations for the elections, the Department of Home Affairs says its doors are open for longer period to accommodate voters who need to collect their IDs or need temporary ones. The Home Affairs offices are open until 7 p.m. today and until 9 p.m. tomorrow. KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Manager Cyril Mkwabe says, however, some Home Affairs offices are experiencing long queues. He says IDs will take priority as passports or driver's licenses will not be accepted for voting. More news. Eskom says as the country has not seen load shedding in the last few months, there is no guarantee that power outage is over as yet. Daphne Mokoena, the Eskom spokesperson, elaborates.
Plan still looks positive in terms of us not going to load shedding. However, if we do go to load shedding, to be limited to stage 2. But for now, the plan still looks good, and all the benefits of all the work that we have been doing since March 2023 and all the intensive maintenance that we have done on our plant or generators, it's actually paying off according to our plan, and we are actually driving towards that. However, our plan says that we will our plan shows that by March 2025, but we are actually taking the challenge from the Deputy President.
On news now, NSFAS, the Student Fund, says it is committed to implementing SRU Special Investigating Unit recommendations. This follows findings of fraud and maladministration within the scheme. NSFAS says it is implementing SRU recommendations and taking disciplinary action against implicated employees to restore integrity in its operations. NSFAS the Senior Administrator, Freeman Nomvalo of NSFAS, has this to say.
There will be resistance to the papers we filed, I anticipate. Unfortunately, we are not in the best position we can be. You've got an irregular arrangement in place, but this irregular arrangement is also causing problems to students. The disruptions in some of the TVET colleges has been as a direct result of the current service providers' work. Some might claim that in the areas where they are operating, there hasn't been problems, but I'm making a statement that there has been problems in some of the institutions as a result of the current arrangement. So there is no reason for us to stay with the current arrangement. It's also costly. So there will be legal costs. We've got to figure out our way with the authorizers from a budget point of view.
In your international story, Spain, Ireland, and Norway have recognized a Palestinian state, deepening the Israeli regime's isolation. That's according to international media. In a coordinated attempt to exert added international pressure on the regime to stop its genocidal campaign in Gaza, the three major Western European countries, Spain, Ireland, and Norway, today joined dozens of countries that have already recognized the Palestinian state. The joint declaration had already been announced the previous week. The trio is the first major Western powers to officially recognize Palestine. Spain, Ireland, and Norway's recognition marks a significant accomplishment for the Palestinian nation, confirming the international legitimacy of the state of Palestine. That's according to international media. The Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, says the move will bring peace to the region. Your weather, 24 degrees. A quick reminder of our top story. Police Commissioner in KwaZulu-Natal, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, says there are security preparations for tomorrow's elections. That's the news.
This Azan is sponsored for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Muhammad Farooq Latib and all Marhumin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them the highest abode in Jannah. Ameen.
أعزائي المستمعين، حان الآن موعد أذان المغرب لمدينة دربن وما حولها.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد.
This dua brought to you by Simplex Radio, South Africa's leading retailer of appliances, car sound and home theater systems.
These surahs after Azan are brought to you by Amina's Wonder Spice and Wonder Dates, 9 Peters Road, Springfield, Durban.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Having a clean, comfortable home is every homeowner's pride. That's why Khan's Chemicals have developed and manufactured prime yet affordable quality household brands Starlight, Miracle Mum, Exterminate, and Angie to care for your home and family. With a wide range of fabric softeners, dishwashing liquids, bleachers, and all-purpose cleaners, pine gels, bubble baths, and much more, Khan's Chemicals ensures your home remains our #1 priority. For sales and other inquiries, call 011 933 4021. Khan's Chemicals, cleaning your home the way you want.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
The Afternoon Jam, brought to you by Farah, Better Cooking, and courtesy of World of Travel.
In the heart of our homes, we seek blessings and quality. Farah stands with you, offering appliances that bring these values to your kitchen. Durable, reliable, and crafted to the highest standards. Every Farah appliance is an investment in your family's well-being. Discover the promise of quality with our trusted range at farah.co.za. Farah, better cooking.
Come get our Butcher's Best Full S at Jaggers Foods Cowie Park. Enjoy certified halal butchery products like extra lean beef mince for just $99.99 per kg, tenderized beef steak for just $99.99 per kg, natural lamb bride chops for just $139.99 per kg, and chabot wors for just $84.99 per kg. Deals valid until Sunday 9th June, only at Jaggers Foods Cowie Park. Now certified by the NIHT, the National Independent Halal Trust, across our butchery, bakery, and deli.
Would you like to give Sadaqah 365 days a year? You can with the Al Imdad Foundation's Daily Sadaqah program. Donate as little as R1 a day for a month for each member of your family, up to any specified amount, and receive monthly feedback on where your contributions have made a difference. Visit alimdad.com and download your daily Sadaqah debit order form or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
The Afternoon Jam, brought to you by Farah, Better Cooking, and courtesy of World of Travel.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعث مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله. The Salatul Zuhr Azan has been called out now, and I'm here outside Masjid al-Nabawi Sharif in a courtyard area. The masjid is packed to capacity. Hujjat from all parts of the world here. It's an absolutely beautiful and amazing sight. Words cannot really describe this beautiful, beautiful tapestry of the Ummah of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. People from every continent and every country and every language and every culture and every background and every color, all united under the leadership of the greatest of all leaders, Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We humbly request all of our brothers and sisters in South Africa to remember the Hujjaj in their dua, just as we are also remembering you in our dua, particularly with regards to the election, that may Allah make everything go smooth and well, and Allah let the future be good for our country. With these few words I sign off today. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Afternoon Jam with Fahim Jamadan.
أيها الإنسان لا تكن غفلان واذكر الديان واخشى من نيران
قم مع الأسحار وادعوا يا غفار اغفر الأوزار واسبل الغفران نادي يا رباه عبدك الأواه نادي يا رباه عبدك الأواه أنت من سواه فاكشف الأحزان فاكشف الأحزان
الله أيها الإنسان لا تكن غفلان واذكر
وابتهل واخشع وانكسر واخضع واصطبر واركع في يد الحنان يقبل التوبة يغسل الحوبة يقبل التوبة يغسل الحوبة هل إلى أوبة يقبل الرحمن يقبل الرحمن جل عن النسيان واعتبر يا صاح فمشيبك لاح كم عزيز راح كل شيء فات
أيها الإنسان لا تكن غفلان واخشى من نيران
أقيل العثرات هون السكرات وارحم الأموات ثقل الميزان صلي يا ديان على عظيم الشان صلي يا ديان على عظيم الشان سيد الأكوان والآل والخلان والآل
Afternoon Jam, sponsored by World of Travel and courtesy of Farah Better Cooking.
Plan your dream holiday with this specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 888877 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
AM4C is your partner in crafting a future where everyone can thrive. We are dedicated to addressing the real issues, from creating jobs and fighting crime to ensuring every child has access to quality education. These are not mere words. These are our guarantees to you. So this election, your vote has the power to shape our nation's destiny. Choose the Allied Movement for Change for a better future. Let's walk this path of progress together.
This party political advert was paid for by the party concerned. The views of this advert do not represent those of the staff and management of Radio Al Ansar.
The Afternoon Jam, sponsored by World of Travel and courtesy of Farah Better Cooking.
It's a 5:24. This is the Afternoon Jam. You're on Radio Al Ansar. The show brought to you by Farah for Better Cooking and World of Travel. Joining us on the line now is our political analyst, Samuel Kennedy. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining us. All good, thanks. How are you doing?
How's it, fine?
All good, all good. I believe you're in Johannesburg at the moment.
Yeah, the last day of the election, so we're trying our best.
Lots of, I'm sure there's lots of traffic.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic as well, as you know.
Yeah, Johannesburg traffic. But anyway, let's get into it. We mentioned that we'll talk about why is there a need for 3 ballots in these elections, and what are the guidelines on voting on each ballot?
Okay, put very simply,
yeah,
the background to the election is that there was an organization that took the government to court, constitutional court. And the application was for independent candidates. And the constitutional court ruled in favor of the electoral system having independent candidates. Remember, the system is based on a party representation. So in other words, when you looked at the old ballot paper, it only had political parties. Now you have independent. So they changed the system. So what they've done, you have now a national ballot, which is blue, a regional ballot. So those 2 ballots, the national ballot, which is blue, and the regional ballot, which is orange, that ballot contribute to the National Assembly. So National Assembly has 400 seats, 200 of which comes from the blue ballot, and 200 which comes from the orange ballot. right? And then the third ballot, which is pink,
Right.
is for the province, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it all is related to the advent or the emergence or the introduction of independent candidates, right?
Right.
And so when you go into the voting booth or voting station, they'll give you 3 ballots. The blue ballot. You will vote for your national assembly. For example, you look at going down. It'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to number 8. It'll say CISA. You put a cross. Then on the second ballot, which is the orange ballot, that is for a party that maybe you changed your mind on the national blue ballot. You want a different party on the orange ballot to go to parliament. You want to hedge your bets. You want to play safe. So you then go down the list to whatever IFP, DA, Sun Party, Al Jamaa, or whatever the case may be. You put your cross. So those 2 are for National Assembly. And then the third ballot is the pink ballot, which is for KZN. Or alternatively, they call it or Gauteng, but it's a provincial ballot. And then you'll go there. There might be an independent there. And you'll then put your cross next to the independent or put your cross next to the political party you want to represent you in the province. So that's the background behind it.
Very interesting.
I don't know if I've covered it.
No, you have.
Clearly.
You have. It's very clear. But people will cast their votes. And what is the process of calculating votes? And how long does it take?
You know, and I know, we're part of a generation that's technologically wise.
Mm-hmm.
The standard over the last 30 years has been between 25 and 45,000 votes per seat. And that calculation is dependent on voter. Hello?
Okay, we lost you. We lost you for a moment. Just repeat what you said.
Yeah. No, I'm still here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the calculation of votes per seat
Yeah.
dependent on 2 things. One, the more people vote, the higher the calculation per seat. The less people go out to vote, the lower the threshold.
So, and then how long does this take? The whole calculating of votes. How long will it take generally?
Everything's digital. Everything's digital at the moment.
Right. Okay. Mm.
So what will happen tomorrow? People will go and vote from 7.
Yeah.
The voting stations will close at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The boxes will be sealed. All political party agents will be present. So as you walk into the voting station, for example, a party agent will be sitting there with a voter's roll. You'll put your ID out, and they'll pick it up on the voter's roll. If you're not on the voter's roll, you won't be able to vote. And so they do what they call a tally. So at the end, at 9 o'clock, Hello?
We're losing you again. You said at the when the end at
when
9
the
o'clock.
voting station is closed at 9,
9. Yeah.
all the party agents will sit down with the IEC officials, to this VD, voting district.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
A voting station is called a voting district. So if the numbers tally, they then pull the actual ballot sheets out. And if that doesn't tally, then we've got a problem.
Right.
So they'll make sure that, for example, if there's 500 votes per ballot, there should be 1,500. So they do their calcs, the 1,000 comes out, it tallies, and then they allocate it per party. Sign it. All parties must sign it. Sign it, seal the box. It then goes to the counting station. And all the VD boxes go to the same counting station. Remember, they've done the same process. And all they do at the counting station is just put it all together for eThekwini.
I got a question coming through asking is, the parties listed on the national ballot, are they also listed on the regional ballot?
You cannot be on the national ballot. You have to be on at least one regional ballot.
Okay.
So a lot of parties are on 9 regional ballots. Some parties are only on one regional ballot. So, for example, you'll find like the CIA, they'll be on the Gauteng regional ballot, but on every blue ballot in 9 provinces. So the ANC, for example, will be on 9 regional ballots, 9 blue ballots, 9 pink ballots. And the DA will be the same. And IFP will be nearly the same, not the same. And so it goes.
There we go. Thanks for that answer. And
so two ballots. 2 ballots are related to the National Assembly.
Right.
And 1 ballot is related to the province.
Okay. That I'm sure makes that very clear for most people. We'll have to wrap it up now. So any final statement before we close? They're not there.
I think it's a watershed election. And I think we'd like people, especially minorities, to go and make their mark. Because it's in their interest. And simply because, Fahim, it's going to be a coalition government. And coalition governments mean no political party has outright majority. Meaning, in closing, your voice is greater heard now than ever.
Wow.
Okay? And so you have a better say.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And we will speak to you again very soon.
Thank you, Fahim.
Have yourself a good
Best
evening.
of wishes to the voters. And we want to be as impartial as we can, and we say best of luck.
There we go. Thank you so much. That's our political analyst, Samuel Kennedy, giving us a nice overview and making things very clear and making it easy for us to understand exactly what the 3 ballots are for in these elections. This is the Afternoon Jam. You are on Radio Al-Ansar. Next, we're asking you, what's your opinion on the second wife?
The Afternoon Jam, brought to you by Farah, better cooking, and courtesy of World of Travel.
My new stove is really something else, and it's got everything. And it should. It cost an arm and a leg. I also got a new stove. My Farah stove has a smart timer, precision flame control, and a wok burner. All that and more, but without the hefty price tag. Really? And here I thought I have to pay more to have more. Well, with Farah, we all get to be better cooks. Plus, we're saving up for a nice eat spread. Now that's smart spending. Visit farah.co.za and make the smart switch today. Fairer, where quality meets savvy. Fairer, better cooking.
Keeping our families healthy this winter can seem like a daunting task. Why not ask your pharmacist about the Lung Shield range? The Lung Shield range includes capsules that provide support for lung conditions, a syrup for your kids that boosts the immune system and promotes healthy lungs, and a one-of-a-kind effervescent that contains 13 essential ingredients to optimize immune function. Make your family's health your top priority this winter with the Lung Shield range, available from all leading pharmacies. Lung Shield, prescribed by doctors, recommended by pharmacists.
Concerned about the purity of your drinking water? Discover the ultimate solution with Waterfront, our cutting-edge water purification systems featuring advanced reverse osmosis and alkaline technology. Guarantee pristine water for you and your loved ones from just R1 per litre. Prioritize your family's health with Waterfront. Don't settle for anything less. Elevate your lifestyle with every sip. Waterfront, transforming your hydration experience one drop at a time. Find us at Saxony Westwood Mall next to Discam and opposite the new Dawood's Mega Store.
The Afternoon Jam, brought to you by Farah, better cooking, and courtesy of World of Travel.
So that's the question. Zawjati by Ahmed Bukhatir. It's a track, it's like a ballad where he's singing about the love he has for his wife, Zawjati. So what is your opinion? What are your thoughts? Would you take on a second wife? I'm not asking you, Kelly. Obviously, you can't take on a second wife.
Oh, well, that's the reason I remain silent, because I realize I'm not going to take in a second wife.
Would you allow your husband to take on another wife? Yeah.
Right. So, do you want an answer or do you want an honest answer?
An honest answer.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in polygamy, so I've seen the goodness to it and I've seen the bad side to it firsthand. I've got some of my siblings who have realized this is not going to work for them. They wouldn't get married into that situation. Or my brother, who realized he wouldn't handle two women.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he just decided that, nah. If you have to take in one and you have to put up with her, now imagine double the trouble. No, it's just too much for him. For me personally, I don't have a problem with it, but of course there has to be a criteria, and also it boils down to the individual that you're marrying. Emotional maturity is very, very important. Financial stability, also God-fearing, but communication at the same time is important, because you don't want to be hearing things about you from the other wife.
Oh, and when the husband tells the one wife about the other wife, and then both
they're
the wives
gossiping
start
about
talking.
you, and now you like the outsider, you like the third wheel.
And you're sharing stories and stuff.
It gets awkward. Like, okay, now I invaded somebody's, marriage, and I'm now the outsider.
But okay, think about it now. What's the reason why a person takes on a second wife?
Well, I mean, each individual has their own preference,
But
their own
generally-
reasons.
Generally.
Generally speaking, like, again, we can't generalize it, honestly speaking, because each person to their own. All I know from the African perspective, as a black woman, once a guy makes it in life, if you meet any successful African man, there's no question there.
He will have another one.
There's no question. I mean, there's a few that are successful and they don't have multiple wives or baby mamas. But majority of the African guys, once they make it in life, it's a must. And these are things that we don't even talk about in the African culture. We don't sit down and say, so what do you think? What will you do? Because you grew up saying it. You know your uncle or your cousin somewhere, somehow had a second wife. You saw it. So it's institutionalized.
It's just like accepted.
Yeah, it is.
Abdullah says, have to take a second wife. When you marry one, half Iman is fulfilled. So when you marry the second one, then Iman is completed.
What about the girls, the ladies? What will they say if you're saying because you married one, half your Iman, and if you marry the second, then full Iman? What about the ladies? If they're married to one husband?
For her letting the husband take on another one, it also helps her Iman. I'm joking. So now for him, I will be happy for my husband to take on a second wife. At least I will have some help around the house. I know I will always be the queen of the house. Farhana, they should be more like you.
But no, that's not the purpose of taking on another wife. You don't need help. You can always get a helper if that's how you're going to look at it.
Salams, would you take on another wife for him? That's a question. That's a direct question, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, it does have its pros and it does have its cons as well. Like historically, polygamy has been a way to provide for widows, to provide for orphans, to offer them protection, to offer them support, to offer them a family structure.
Throughout Islamic history. 100%.
Exactly. Yeah. So in some cases, multiple wives can contribute to the economic stability of the household. For example, you have two wives. One wife is an accountant and your other wife is a doctor. So now you as a husband, you don't really have to work.
Oh Don't say that. No, man. I thought maybe you're going to say, like in my situation, I witnessed my father when he was stable at that point, where he would start a business and then he'd pass it on to one of my mothers. They'd manage it.
Right.
And once that business grows, he'd take on another business and pass it on to my other mother, and then she'd manage it. That's how he moved into different ventures and
right.
different businesses.
No, but you're right. You're a man. You say you earn 1,000 rand a month. Your wife was a doctor, is also making 1,000. Your wife was an accountant, also making 1,000. Now, with the three of y'all, you'll have 3,000 rand, as opposed to just 2,000.
You understand that a lady's salary or income or money is hers, and
I do. But this loving
Islam,
wife,
right?
this loving wife will want to share it with the family. So it can help with economic stability. And in the situation that one of the people have to get retrenched, there's still other people to support there. Also, it can strengthen family bonds.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Because now you've got, I don't know how many cousins from this side, also this side.
That side.
So you connected to this family and also this family. So it's just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes, and plus you have a larger family network and give you more support, both emotionally, physically. You got more adults in the household. They can help to share responsibilities with the bringing up the children. Imagine now, you have 3 kids at home and you have 3 wives. So what happens is, even if the 3 kids are from one wife, but other wives can help you.
Or their their mothers can. No, that would be weird.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be weird.
The
Frank.
wives,
No.
the wives can help with other children
No.
to make it easier on the mother of the child.
I was thinking maybe the extended family, like how you normally take, the kids to their grandma and granddad and stuff like that. So maybe the wife's family can look after the children or help you when you guys can go on a vacation or something like that.
Yeah, there's so many advantages to it. Assalamu alaikum, respected folks. Simple. It's a command from Allah. Allah knows us better than we know ourselves, although it's not for every man. Okay, Jazakallah. For him, don't answer the Appa's question. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Fahim was going to sleep on the couch tonight, eh?
But ladies cannot get along with each other. No, ladies can get along with each other. They should get along with each other because ladies are lovely people. And that's why they should be friends.
You can't force that kind of friendship.
Salams for him and Kelly. This is from Faisal. Faisal Sulaiman is like, salams for him and Kelly. Us answering this question on air, knowing the wife might be listening, is tantamount to death wish. Just ask.
Well, shout out to you, Mr. Faisal MJ Suleiman, our station manager here at Al Ansar. You know what? We're being honest.
Yeah, but
this is a show we cater to you as the community.
That's the thing. So it could also be giving the wife a hint.
A hint. You don't necessarily have to be straightforward that, yes, I would.
So when you do get the second wife, she's not surprised. She's like, what? You're like, remember I said it on air that? Yeah, you're not surprised.
I always tell you, don't follow Fahim's advice.
So yeah, but in Islam, polygamy is permitted under certain specific conditions. And for some people, it's a way to fulfill religious duties. In certain cultures, polygamy, as you were talking about the black culture, it's socially accepted.
Yeah.
It's a normal practice. It just provides a sense of continuity, cultural identity. How many Arab cultures, it's accepted, it's fine. Where the man will be walking with 3 of his wives and 4 of their helpers and stuff with them, and they're going shopping, all 8 of them happily, or 12 of them. And it's one of those things.
Yeah.
The other wives are very supportive of the younger wives. And it's not seen as anything negative or not looked down upon. It's there. Also, you got more companionship because in a polygamous situation, in a relationship, you can fulfill your emotional and companionship needs much easier, especially in a situation where one spouse is unable to meet the needs or your needs. Like, for example, you have a young baby and then you get home and she's looking after the baby.
Nursing the baby, you know,
then-
she's busy. Then maybe you can go to the other wife.
That's the thing. So, yeah. Sajida says, oh, no, okay, not this one. We'll have to go to another one. Farhana says, Slams, my hubby will be returned to me even before the end of the day if he takes on a second wife. I dare his second wife to tolerate him.
Oh my goodness, that's just so funny.
Imagine, so basically this husband,
It's like-
Farhana's husband,
Yeah.
he decides to get married, he gets the second wife, he goes out with her for the first day. After that, she returns to sender and says, please, no returns.
Keep
Go.
your husband.
Keep
I
him.
don't want
Keep
him anymore.
Keep him. This one says, if first wife passes away, but the family don't want the husband to remarry because they feel he's doing wrong.
No, you can't do that. I mean, people have the right to move on. Hey, as much as we hate being forgotten, but people do have the right to move on. I think that's the purest form of love, to allow somebody to grow and be, even if it's without you.
Junaid says, so when are you making the next nikah for him?
If I were you, I'd select my words carefully, huh? For him.
There are so many women out there, single, divorced, widowed. Yeah, when you find the right person, I guess. Hey.
But you know, that's the other thing we normally sidetrack. The origins of polygamy was to protect the women that are vulnerable, like widow, divorcees, and so forth. But now, men don't want to marry a second wife who's been divorced. Why?
Okay, I guess different people will have different opinions on that. It's not all men.
Most men.
Assalamu alaikum, Fahim and Kelly. Does Fahim have another one on the side? Like want to have two? Just asking.
We all want to know.
That's interesting, eh? Okay, polygamy in Malaysia. There's a long one side. Thank you for that. Come on, Fahim. Yeah, Junaid, see what Junaid's saying? He said, come on, Fahim, we have to look at our sisters. We have to look after our sisters. So yes, there are so many sisters who are unmarried. And if it takes us to be real men and marry them, why not?
There's actually a culture in one of the African, I'm trying to remember that it's not Ethiopia, it's not Somalia, it's Western, if I'm not mistaken. When I remember, I'll tell you, where you have to marry within your community. So even if you travel abroad, even if you go wherever in the world, who's going to marry your sisters? That's the question the elders ask you. So you have to marry from home, and you're permitted to marry, multiple wives. So you can go ahead and marry another wife somewhere, but you have to marry from home.
So this one says, a female professor was invited for a lecture and the topic she chose was talk about polygamy. She talked about the benefits of polygamy and why women should embrace it and support their husbands toward achieving it. And she kept emphasizing on this topic. As she kept doing this, a lady from the audience, okay, I can't get to this message. A lady from the audience raised her hand and stood up and introduced herself before speaking. The lady said, Professor, I really appreciate this topic because I'm relieved of my fear. I never knew you are this simple and understanding. Your message has given me the opportunity to open up to you. She cleared her throat and continued, I have been married to your husband for the past 4 years.
Oh my word.
And between us, we have a set of twins. To the greatest surprise of all in the hall, the professor fainted and was rushed to hospital. After she was revived, she opened her eyes to see the same lady standing by her bedside. And then the lady said, Professor, I don't know who your husband is. I just lied to you to see if you can handle what you preach to others. Next time, please pick on subjects that you're good at. Don't stand up on a stage and throw your stories around just because you have the title professor in front of your name. That was an intense one, eh? Yeah, I gave her a shock. But yes, pros and cons to getting a second wife. You can, one of a problem can be where it becomes difficult for maybe one of the wives to manage the relationships with your other wives, and they can lead to jealousy and rivalry, and you bought her this and she is like that and you think she's better than me, and that can go on and on. Okay, so this can cause some emotional distress among the wives.
Yeah,
Rashida,
especially if the guy is not just.
Rashida is like, Fahim, wife, would you accept with another wife? What does it mean? Fahim, wife, would you accept with another wife?
Would your wife accept you to take on another wife?
I hope, wishful thinking, but yeah. I'm single for the past 19, but I can't find a partner. Now, this is sad.
Yes.
This is a sad situation where we have a person who is, you're single for the past 19 years, or we don't know how old you are, or you're single from the time you are 19 and can't find a partner. Make dua that somebody marries this person. I feel I'm not beautiful enough to be accepted.
No, don't think like that.
Yeah, I mean, you are only 43. There's still time. Yes, time has passed, but there's still time. And inshallah, we make dua that you will find a partner. And do not ever feel I'm not beautiful enough to be accepted, because you will be beautiful to somebody. There are many people who will find you beautiful. So it is sad. Inshallah, you'll get a partner. But also one of the cons is, it can be challenging for a husband to provide that exact equal emotional support. Like maybe, he likes the thinner one better, and, the first wife has got a little chubby now. So it becomes a problem for him to show her that emotion as well, because, he likes the younger one. So now that can be, he's being unfair. And this can lead to feelings of neglect to the first wife. She's like, hey, back in the day when we just got married, how you used to hold me and play with me. Now you're doing that with your other wives. And, I'm like the big granny now.
Well, it all boils down to the guy, honestly. If he is matured enough, if he tries his level best, we know you'll never love two people equally the same. Don't ask me how I know that. Okay. But no, I'm just saying it's a saying. People say that. I don't know. I know from people.
Right.
So as long as you try your level best to show what is equal, and whatever is in your heart, only Allah can judge you. You can do that when you're alone.
Yeah, definitely. With my beautiful girl was only 2 years old when her dad left us. Or you have a daughter, the one who's unmarried for the past 19 years. Also, having more than one wife can be quite a financial burden. Putting all your kids to school, dressing them, feeding them, all those things, especially if resources are limited. What is another con? Where, you need to now provide for them equally. If you know that you gave this wife $100, you need to give that wife $100. And sometimes, even unconsciously, you can make a mistake, and it can lead to potential disputes and feelings of unfairness.
Yeah, and women talk, hey? We talk all the time. You're telling your friends, you know what my husband did for me? He gave me this, he did this, he took me there, he did this. And the other lady finds out. And that's very bad. That's very painful.
Salams, this is from Asma to say, Salams, if you're happily married, why would you want to take a second wife?
So you can be happier.
Unless you have lots of money to take care of 2, 3, or 4 wives.
I'm joking.
Yeah, if you are happily married, why would you want a second wife? There's so many more cons as well. Should we continue this tomorrow? Because, there's so many messages as well. And there's so much more to talk about. Assalamu alaikum. I'm single for the last 12 years and I'm just too happy by myself. Alhamdulillah. Excellent. It's good that you are happy, but you can even be happier with a person. Okay, so if you're with the right person, this person can bring numerous amounts of joy and happiness into your life. And then you're like, hey, I wasted so many years alone. I thought I was happy, but now I'm happier being with you. You're happier spending your time with someone, happier sharing your feelings and just sitting and talking.
Yeah, it's companionship.
That's what it is. So should we continue tomorrow, inshallah?
Yeah, inshallah, let's continue.
Okay, that's tomorrow. Yeah, show is happening as normal, right?
About tomorrow, I might not,
You're not so sure.
Not so
okay.
sure.
Well, we'll continue tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then on Thursday, inshallah. Have yourself a great one. Thank you so much for all your responses. And there's so many more messages. But what you can do is resend us the messages when we continue this topic, because there's more cons. So we want to be fair. Although it's nice, it sounds good and nice to say, yeah, it's going to be fun to have 3 wives. Oh, I'll be like the king. But in reality, there's a whole lot of cons as well. And let's look at that as well.
And of course, because this is the only show that gives you a platform, we'd love to hear your story, your experience, if you've ever been married into that situation or you're considering it. What are your fears? What are your advice? Talk to us tomorrow, inshallah.
We'll wait for your stories. Have yourself a tremendous Tuesday from me, Fahim, and my team. That's Kelly and Ted. We say no to drugs, respect your parents, and be the best you can be.
Africa. The Dua Shifa is brought to you by Africa Muslims Agency. Sponsor a water well or masjid as a means of Shifa. Visit africamuslimsagency.co.za to find out more.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم